Will go down as a busy year for netball teams from the Americas region, especially here in the Caribbean. The Caribbean's big three, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados, were all in action at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, and those three were joined by 6 more Caribbean teams and the United States at the Netball Americas World Qualifiers at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston. The Sunshine Girls copped silver in the Birmingham Commonwealth Games and were imperious in the Americas qualifiers, winning all of their games. One player who was central to their Commonwealth Games success is the Montego Bay native Shamera Sterling. The 27-year-old is widely regarded as the finest defender in world netball at the moment. Since 2019, she has played professionally for the Adelaide Thunderbirds in the Australian Suncorp Super Netball League. She was named in the league's team of the season in 2022. Shamera joins us now on the SportsMax Zone. Shamera, welcome to the SportsMax Zone. It's great to have you on. I don't think we've ever had you on the SportsMax Zone, even though we talk about you a lot. Welcome. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you, and thank you for having me today.
Yeah, okay, talk to us now, because we haven't seen you play netball since the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham this past summer. You were not a part of the Jamaica roster during the Americas qualifiers. I understand you are studying as well. Talk to us about what has been happening for you in recent months.
So what has been happening for Shamera? Recently, I've started doing teaching practice. This is the final year of my university studies, so now I'm currently on teaching practice. So I've decided to put netball aside for a while just to focus on teaching practice, because it's a very heavy course for me and it has taken up a lot of my time. So I've decided to put netball aside just for now.
All right, does that mean you won't be making the England tour in January?
No, I won't be going to that tour as I continue teaching practice in January as well.
Yeah. Talk to us about the state of your career at the moment, though, Shamera, because you play professionally in Australia at the moment for the Adelaide Thunderbirds, as we had just mentioned. Most elite sports stars don't worry about studying when they are competing, because they're making a lot of money. Why is teaching and your professional side outside of the court so important to you at this time?
Well, you know, they always say sports is not guaranteed forever. And when you finish playing sport, you have something to back up on. And the reason why I'm doing this now during my netball career is that I don't want to be, when I finish playing netball, I don't want to be going back to school. So it's best for me to do school and netball now while I can, and I have the advantage of doing it now. So it's best I get it out of the way. At the moment, I'm in my prime of my netball, been mastering the league down under. So I'm happy, grateful that I'm lucky enough to be one of those athletes who can be able to balance school and netball.
Shamera, I want to say to you that usually when we talk about Jamaican netballers, we'll talk about Jamaican netballers and their offensive prowess, because we've been known to produce some outstanding shooters. And with you, we can talk about an outstanding defender. As Lance said in the introduction, you are arguably, and not many people to argue against, you are arguably the finest defender in world netball. That's a tremendous accolade. Why are you so good?
I think it's the dedication that I put into the sport. It's me wanting it for myself, wanting better for myself and my family. And they always say, anything that you want, you put your mind to it, and that's what I've been doing. And I'm just super grateful to be able to be doing netball right now, and taking care of my family and taking care of others. So I'm extremely grateful. I've never been one of those athletes who, it's like my talent came naturally. So I naturally could have played netball just with some minor trainings and all of that. I've reached this far in netball with the help of Oberon Peterson Nati, the help of the national team who have showcased my talent to the world, and I'm just absolutely grateful.
Yeah, you're 6'3", are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2". I saw something that said you're 6'3". They're giving you an extra inch. They don't need to.
I think I saw 6.23.
6.23.
Yes.
So maybe that's a 3 that's fooling me. All right. So give us a sense. And for those who don't know Shamera, take us back to the beginning. When is it? You went to primary school or prep school?
Primary school.
Which school?
I went to Coronado Avenue Primary in Montego Bay.
Coronado Avenue. A lot of people know that. Know that school. And where did you go for high school?
I went to Anchovy High School, then I went to the Queen's School, and then I went to Herbert Marcy for sixth form.
There you go. All right. So 3 high schools on your belt. You're well traveled from the west to Kingston to the east. All right. At what point, at which stage did you realize that, I can play netball? I can imagine that you were always a tall girl, head and shoulders above the boys and the girls. When did you play netball first? When did you realize that you were more than useful? When did you realize that you were good? And when did you start taking it serious? Lay out that journey for me.
All right, so one day at Coronado Avenue, I was just playing netball in the quadrangle, just having some fun. I was not part of the netball team then, but the school had a netball team. And the coach saw me and said, it was Justin Carey to be exact, saw me and said, "You tall girl, you have to come and play netball." And from that, I started going to training where I played goal attack and I played win attack. Yes, I played goal attack.
Yes.
And then after that, I did GSAT, went to Anchovy High School, and then I started playing win attack again there. And then when I've reached grade 10, I realized that it was a bit hectic for me to be traveling from Kingston to Montego Bay just to attend under 16 training and under 21 training. And I also played for a club team called Walgrovians. So it was a bit hectic for me. So what my dad decided to do, and the club coach of Walgrovians, they decided to move me from Montego Bay to Kingston, which I didn't like, but at the end of the day, I had to look at it that it would benefit me in the end. So I moved to Kingston. I went to the Queen's School, played for the Queen's School for a year, helped them winning the All-Ireland Championship, and then I went on to doing under 21, where I made the team to Glasgow and was considered one of the top 10 youngest netball defenders in the world. And that's where my journey started, really. And then I made my first test cap when I played South Africa in Jamaica for the Sunshine Girls. At the time, I was about 17 years of age when I played South Africa in Jamaica. And from that, I was moved up to the Sunshine Girls squad, where I've never dropped off since.
Yeah. So answer this question. At what point did you say to yourself, but Shamera, you're good? When did you feel like you were really not just an ordinary netball player, but that the talent that you had was something special?
Okay, so when that started, I remember going to a tour called Fast 5, and then being that the whole commentary was about Shamera Sterling and her talent and her ability to read the game. That's when I started to believe in myself more, to say, hey, you can be one of the best defenders in the world. And I've continued my journey with the national team until I gained a contract in England, where I played for Loughborough Lightning. And it was so good to see, after that year playing with Loughborough Lightning, every single team down in the Suncorp Super League in Australia wanted Shamera to play for their club. But unfortunately, I had to choose one. But that's where I see that, hey, Shamera, you can really make something from netball.
Some players, when they are going through the levels, so if they're playing high school league, then they go to under 17 for the national team, and they play against other teams from other nations. They may come up against opponents that they say, well, these girls are better than me, or these girls are equal to me. It's almost as if, where you are concerned, at every level you went, you were among the best players. So that gave you the confidence that, no, man, a talented and normal, I am one of the best around in this position. Was that your experience? At every level you went, you realized that you were among the best, the elite in that category.
Yes, that was my reality, and the fact that I had my father, who is still one of my biggest fans, that have encouraged me throughout the journey. And my dad's situation was one of the best. I wanted to get out of that to help my dad, and that's what I did. Yep.
We spoke about at the top about the glory role in most sports, which is the attacker. In football, it's the forwards, the strikers, the wingers. In netball, it's the shooter. So you said you actually started shooting What made you
Right.
transition to defending? Was it someone who switched your position? Was it you who said, you know what, I think let me try playing defense? How did that happen?
Well, I went to the national team at the under 21 playing a center. So that's where they had me playing the center position. And then when I look around on the team, I realized, Shamera, you're not going to make it in the attacking area. And that's when Oberon Peterson Natty came in and taught me how to really play defensive netball. And ever since I made the switch, there's no looking back for me. I'm now one of the greatest defenders in the world, so I'm grateful.
Excellent. Shamera, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break and come back, Lance. Sometimes when I see her make some interceptions, I'm wondering if she has a little button that she presses to extend her hand.
Like
Because I'm saying,
Spider-Man.
how did you get that?
Yes, yes.
And then you see the slow motion, and she's just fantastic. Stay where you are, Shamera. We're going to take a quick break and come right back. We're speaking with, in my book, well, where both of us are concerned, the finest defender in all of world netball. She is from the Caribbean. She's Jamaican. She's Shamera Sterling. And we have another.
Want more content? Follow us on YouTube, subscribe to SportsMax on cable, and download the SportsMax app today.